Another quilt, all finished over here at the quilting studio. Going to bring it to you and show you the highlights of it. This is Brenda's quilt right here, and this is actually the first one that she's ever brought to me. Created with some friends, all the same style of batik fabrics right here. A lot of yellows and oranges, and then a lot of blues and purples and turquoises. So kind of like a sunrise sunset quilt. I really like it. Isn't it so fun how they just created their own design per line that they went on. So a lot of fun to be created right there. Again, all batik fabrics, so some nice continuity. Now, she also included a beautifully embroidered hummingbird right here. You can see the stitching literally going over the hummingbird. When there is embellishment right there, friends, please let me know ahead of time so I have a chance to look it over and decide what's going to need to happen. Ideally, if there's a lot of embellishment or if a lot of embellishment needs to be there, it's best to put that on afterward. But one hummingbird wasn't going to make it or break it right there. Actually, I guess it made it because it's beautiful. When I came up to this section, I literally cut it out with the machine to tell me exactly where that was going to be. Kind of like created a border around it. And then as I was coming up to it, I slowed the machine down. I held carefully to all the areas of the hummingbird, and I watched very fastidiously about where that's going to be. So the stitching did go over it, and that is what I want because I wanted it to hold that section down very well. Now, I want to point out to you, this quilt does not have what you would probably consider as a standard border. All the edges just end wherever they are. I would suggest anytime that you don't have a standard border, when you have a lot of little pieces that are open, I would always suggest that you do stay stitching around the edge, like an eighth to maybe a quarter of an inch, 3/16 of an inch all the way around. What's that going to do? That's going to hold all of these open pieces and help them to keep secure as you're transferring it in your sewing room over here to the quilting studio, while it's hanging on the rack with all the other beautiful quilts, while I'm moving it to the quilt bed, while the machine is stitching over it. Putting stay stitching all the way around when you have open seams like this is going to bring your quilt a little bit better grace while she's up there getting worked on. Questions about that? Pop them up here and let me know. She did choose two different colors of thread. We've actually got Kodiak on the back, which is going with the dark colors of her backing right here, kind of a dark brown color. And on the front, she chose the Bronco, which is kind of like a golden pewter sort of a color. And because those were close enough, they worked out fine to be able to go together. Of course, I trimmed the quilt as per her request. I would always suggest you consider having me trim your quilt. It does make for the best results and the look when you come to pick it up.